and hello. Today on Almost Perfect, we're going to be reviewing, I can't say the name without laughing. Today on Almost Perfect, we're going to be reviewing the Dogmite Games Vampire the Masquerade Storyteller screen, the Death Edition. They have 3 editions. One's a Chicago skyline, one's a city skyline, and then they have the Death Edition, which I picked up because the other ones were, I mean, they were nice, but this one has some cool skull and roses, motif here. So, Dogmite Games, man, like, they make some cool stuff. I want to support them. I want to help them out, but I want to help everybody else out too by letting them know what they're getting into when they order this kind of product. So we're gonna go over each of the little pieces and everything. I will say this: I'm doing this video now. I don't have my setup complete. All the YouTube star stuff, whatever. But I've been in contact with Dogmite Games. So my screen is damaged. I've been in contact with Dogmite Games. They sent me, they emailed me a return label. I'm going to be returning it so that they can repair it and send it back to me. Now, I waited like 6 weeks for this thing because they do handcraft it all. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. And they do it all by hand. The cutting, the staining, all of it. Like, man, this thing is nice. You can see it here on the table. This thing is nice. But, the world being what it is, accidents happen. Dogmite customer service has been absolutely phenomenal. They've been great working with me. But real quick, before we go any further, I do want to say this is what the box looked like when I received it. And that's, 80% UPS right there. Unfortunately, also a little bit Dogmite for not, there were no packing peanuts or anything. It was just in this bubble wrap. I'm going to send you a little scroll with the customer service stuff. But it was just like, it was wrapped pretty nicely in the bubble wrap. All the bubble wrap was pretty good. All the parts were nicely individually wrapped. But the box, there was still room in the box for things to shift and move around. And one of the things that Dogmite does is that they use magnets and cut rebar for hinges on their screens. Now, that's real rebar. That's serious stuff right there. So, when stuff shifts around and everything, and when you're paying the kind of money that you're paying for products like this, security and packaging should be, definitely should be given a greater amount of concern. Like I said, Dogmite has been great with their customer service. They were like, hey, yeah, that's not cool. Send it back. We'll get it fixed up and we'll send it to you. So first, let's go over each of the pieces. I'm going to start with the front piece, the frontispiece, which is the cool piece, which is the reason you buy stuff like that. Like, look at that. That is great. Now, I do wish that I'm not sure if they use the same type of wood on each. I wish there was a little bit more of a stark contrast between these two, but this is fine. This is absolutely phenomenal, man. Like, look at this work here, They've got these cut onks that are bolted to the wood, and this is some solid wood. So they use wood, it's called wenge wood. I haven't heard of it before, but I'm not a wood guy. Like I think I've mentioned before, I'm a judo guy. I'm not a wood guy, So yeah, it's a dark wood, and it's obviously been stained a little bit, or at least these pieces have. It's got a lacquer on it. So this is the part that broke off, and this is, I can see because this is like the only one, but it goes right here. That little rose petal snapped off right there. And that's about the only part I could really see that would be, kind of damaged. It does also have right here, you can barely see it. I really had to go over this thing with a with a magnifying glass. There's a little chip right there, but yeah, this is the front panel. So this, I mean, this thing is awesome. You're paying some good money for this, and there's a reason for that, because this is just great. So up here they have their what they call their initiative tracker rails. We will, you know, it comes with these little initiative trackers, just little clear plexi you can use a dry erase marker on. So they go up here, stuff like that. And at the end, we're going to put this thing all together, and you're going to see how it goes together and what it looks like, and just how cool it is. It's, I mean, when you're paying that kind of money for something, like, yeah, you know, you want it to be cool. I obviously like it. I bought it, so I obviously like it. Here we go. Here's one of the side panels. Now this side panel too, if you can see it here, little bit of damage here on this corner on the top of this initiative rail. Looks like it just got bumped by something. You got all this. So these on the back here, it's on the back of each of these. These right here are embedded magnets. So we're gonna take a closer look at that. Like I said, I'm gonna go over all the included stuff first. And here's the second side panel. So the side panels they have embedded magnets along the side. Now, they only have them along one side, so you know which side is which. So there you go. That's just the same guy all over again, just without without any damage on him. All right. Push the table a little bit. Let me fix that. So we also get this plexiglass stuff. It comes with two large magnetic plexis for either writing on or putting, you know, documents behind or anything like that. So they pull this guy out. They literally just, he doesn't want to go that way. So no, he was right the first time. They snap on the back like that. You use your dry erase marker, slap them on there, or maybe put paper or something under there to hold it. And they are, I mean, these are pretty sturdy little magnets. They are pretty good here. Now they sell accessories too, like a dice tower, magnetic backed dice tower that goes down, some shelves, other things like that. Might pick something up depending on what I need. When we get back into, you know, face-to-face tabletop role-playing, I mean, some people are already there. I don't trust a lot of people. So it's fine if they want to wear masks and play, but I don't trust a lot of people because they keep putting gas in bags and stuff like that. Anyway, so here's that. There's the plexis. You get the 6 initiative trackers. Again, clear plexi. Which is good. Yeah, look, I'm dropping stuff. Now, I did want to notice that I am going to have to take some sandpaper too, and there is still, if you can see it here, a little bit of flash left. Now, these are laser cut or some kind of heat cut, and I left these 3 still sealed so that you could see, because you can see the burn marks around. I thought that was just kind of cool on the paper where they heat cut it there. Now this guy's actually pretty smooth, but like if you've ever dealt with anything like this before, then you know that getting these papers off are like a pain, man. Like you gotta dig in there, and I actually tore up my other thumbnail, this thumb right here. I tore that thumbnail up getting the paper off of all this. So I wanted to leave some so I could show you just what they're like, and you can see on both sides. I mean, if it was on one side, that'd be one thing. You got to peel it off of both sides for each, and it's just kind of, after the third one yesterday, I was just like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. I'll save it for a video or whatever. So yeah, there they go. There, like I said, a little bit of sanding, some flash is still on those guys. You also get ball bearings. You also get these metal, steel, I guess, balls. They also go with the magnets, like that. And that's for basically pinning stuff up on the back here. You get, what is it, 10? You get 10 of them. So you can use 6 on one and 4 on the other. I don't, however you want to do it, really. But yeah, you get a bunch of them along with it. And of course, the rebar for the hinges. Now, let's go ahead and put that away so he doesn't roll off anywhere, and then I spend the next half hour looking around for it. So, like I said, this thing is awesome, man. This thing is awesome, and I'm really just a little disappointed that, you know, it was damaged in the shipping. I waited a long time for it. I love it. I absolutely love it. I think it's great. I think it's, honestly, I think it's sexier than the other two screens that they offer. You know, Dogmite has a history of wonderful customer service and great product. They're the official, you know, product for a whole bunch of stuff. The LA by Night uses one of these screens and blah, 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 blah. But man, like, I'm like any father, I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed. So let's, on that note, let's go ahead and put this guy together and see what we look like. Okay, so we've got the rebar attached there. I'm still holding it because it's like, as strong as these magnets are and everything, I still don't want the rebar falling and damaging my table or falling on one of the other leaves and damaging the screen. So, ooh, did you hear that? That was a good click. That was yeah, that's a solid click there. So, look at that, and it takes up I mean, it takes up a quarter of my little hobby table here. Like, everybody gets a quarter of the table, except I get, you know, the Storyteller screen, and I get just a little bit more of that quarter than everybody else. But it's, I mean, you know, with the rebar and the magnets too, it's not like conventional screens where you're going to be moving the leaves around, you know, all willy-nilly and stuff. Like this is, once you've set this guy up, you're probably not going to want to touch him a lot. I mean, look at that right there. You know, that probably can be fixed by moving that rebar up, hitting that top magnet there. Or, you know, not really. Okay. But yeah, that's the Storyteller screen. And then we take the initiative trackers here, and, you know, we put them up here, and you can go, Bob the Nosferatu is fighting Bob the Ventrue, and they don't like the fact that they share a name. So they're gonna kick each other's butts while Bob the Toreador laughs about it. So you can just use a dry erase marker on these guys, you know. That's fine. That's no big deal. And like I said, you know, you got the magnets on the back. You can pin papers up and stuff like that. Bob the Ventrue's tax return, and Bob the Nosferatu's, you know, Polaroid selfie or whatever. But yeah, that's Dogmite Games Vampire the Masquerade Storyteller Screen Death Edition. It's a great product. It really is. It's unfortunate that, you know, for being such a great product, for being the price point that it's at, that it's not absolutely perfect. Really, you know, it's not even the product itself, but we have to include, you know, shipping and everything else surrounding the product as well. Because, I mean, there's no, first of all, there's never going to be like an absolutely perfect product for everybody. But, you know, shipping, if you had a perfect product, but then it's, you know, is broken during the shipment process, it's not a perfect product. The perfect product would include perfect shipping so that you don't get something that's damaged. Again, I love this screen. I am disappointed with the shipping. I am going to pack this guy up and send him back. Like I said, Dogmite Games Customer service has been absolutely phenomenal. They've been wonderful to contact with. They've been quick, they've been responsive, they're paying for the shipping label. I am obviously not putting it back in the same box. I will probably use the same bubble wrap, and I'm not sending everything back. I'm only sending the damaged items back for them to be repaired or replaced. I don't know what their process is. Another thing I would like to say is that Dogmite Games offers this thing called the Scry system, which actually tells you what stage your product is in, whether, like when they're cutting the wood, or, when they're doing the lacquer or the engraving, or, any of that stuff. They send you emails, and they send you updates on where in the process your product belongs and who is in charge of it, in charge of each step of that. I don't have it with me, but I think that everybody at Dogmite Games did a wonderful job putting this thing together and bringing this thing into existence. It's gorgeous. I love it, and I can't wait to use it. Unfortunately, like I said, now I have to send it back and wait for it to come back to me before I can use it, which is fine, because then, maybe I'll actually find some people that want to get together face to face and play games by that point. But as it stands right now, just so you know what you're getting into, you're getting a beautiful, wonderful product with kind of, this is the only time I've ordered from them, so maybe it's a 50-50 on the shipping. Maybe everybody else has had absolutely no problems. They, everybody else got their product wrapped in egg foam crate things, and I just happened to pull the one bad card. But so now you know what you're getting. You're gonna have to probably use a little bit of sandpaper to get the flash off the plexiglass. There's just one or two things. The product is almost perfect. It is almost perfect. But that is the name of the channel, is Almost Perfect. So I won't be reviewing any perfect items if they exist. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And again, I'm not going to do all the things that, everybody's heard it by now, like, subscribe, blah, 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 whatever. I just want to provide authentic reviews for products that people might be interested in, and let everybody know kind of what they're getting into, because there's not really a lot of review space. Like Reddit, you could probably go to Reddit and find out what people, people's personal opinions and everything, and they may even provide you with some photos or whatnot. But I want people to know what they're getting into, what they're getting for their money. Like, time is the only thing that is really not refundable or renewable. So if you're going to work for money to buy stuff, I want to make sure that you get stuff that you value. So I want to make sure that it's a good value for you. So with that being said, I hope everybody has a good weekend. It is Friday, and I'll see you guys in the next one.